Well, that's not good. What's going on, guys? It's Dylan from Bane Racing. We're back with the second episode of the AUDI Rescue, as you can see behind me. But I'm going to switch the camera around and show you what the game plan is for today. So the game plan today is to pretty much get this cover off, that cover off, and just to see what the problem is at the moment. I've already taken the belt off, gotten the tensioner pinned, but at this point I still don't actually know exactly what has happened to foul the engine. It still turns over, so I don't think it's timing chain. My gut's telling me it's oil pump tensioner, oil chain tensioner down at the bottom here behind the crank. But yeah, let's rip into it and see what happened. Alright, well, first thing is just let's get the cover off. So we'll start with getting pretty much everything out of the way. Audi loves to put a lot of shit in the way. Okay, so now that we've got everything out of the way, we can actually get into this plate. And we'll take the balancer off. Sorry, we'll take the balancer off before we get the plate off, actually. That makes way more sense. Ooh, that's a long fucking bolt. Jesus. It's a unit. Okay. Start off with the sensor. So I read that you don't want to put this in a tray. Obviously, in a magnet tray, because that is a magnet in there and it can mess with it. So you just want to and obviously don't drop it on the floor, because that'll suck. And you gotta buy a new one. There we go. Then you want to make sure that moves forward and back, the little actuator in there. But yeah, that's that. So now we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts. Alright, well, there's our timing chain. So yeah, these, you're good. You don't have to bag those. They stay together. Back to the main cover, or bottom cover, whatever you would like to call it. Now we have a little bit more room up top here. I'll kind of just well, that doesn't look good, because it looks like there's some metal chunks in the behind the cover. How many teeth is out on that one? Yeah, that's a nice big metal chunk right there. Oh, is it metal or is it? Hang on a minute. Oh no, that's rubber. That's silicon. Oh, geez, that's a freaking... That scared the shit out of me there. So one thing I have just found is the main guide is actually cracked. So that's how close I was to losing the whole engine. And this guide down here for the 2 counterbalance shafts. But everything else looks pretty good in there. Doesn't look too bad. I'll take the sump off later though. Okay. So we'll start off by cutting these. The reason why I have zip ties on my coil plugs the last guy sort of just shattered all the locks on the plugs, so they just sort of sit on. So I just thought I'm going to zip tie them on. Not a, it's a band-aid. That's not the solution. Obviously I can replace the plug, which I might do depending on what I have, what I get done. So if you don't want this in the way, which I've done it in the way, it's just, an extra hurdle to jump through. Pretty much it comes down here. There's a bit of tape you can cut through. These two sensors here. Then all the way down, there's a bracket just in there. You just push that up a bit. That was done. And then the sump plug, which I'll need 2 hands for that one, but I'll unplug that. Okay, so now that is all unplugged, I'll take the casing out actually. One less thing to worry about. You can just lay that over there. We're not using that. So up next is pretty sure this is like EGR. I think, I'm not too sure, but we'll try and get these coils out. Now these are a bit of a pain. Some of them are. So they can be really, really tight. Like you're not getting them out tight. Oh, Jesus. Whew. That'll work your muscles. Almost there. Oh, that hurt. See if we can just lever it up a little bit. Whew. That one was a bastard. Alright, let's speed things up now. Good. There we go. And that can rotate just like that. Seal doesn't look terrible. Boom. Alright. Well, we can see our camshafts now. Oh. Well, that's not good. Okay, so prepare yourself because this surprised me. So, who can tell me what's wrong with this situation? I'll give you a hint. It's meant to look like that. See how there's a connection almost in between the cam and the lifter? It's called a rocker. I don't fucking have that. And even better, there it is. All the way down there. That is my rocker. In there. So yeah, that's fun. I'll continue getting the rest of it off, but figured I'd show you that. That surprised me a bit. Cam's coming with me apparently. Oh, all right. Woo! Alrighty. There we go. Looks pretty, gouge there. Alright. Bit of silicone. Okay, so here's a little close-up of the non-existent lifter, and it's actually all the way down there. It did take a bit of a gouge out of the head, as you can see just down in there. But yeah, thankfully I bought a whole new set. So we'll take the camshafts out and go from there. So we have some bad news. After inspecting the cam, this one took a pretty big chunk out of it. Not going to be getting the cam back in and closed today. I've already ordered another cam. That'll be here soon. So what I am going to do, finish taking off the chains, all the guides, that stuff, take out all the exhaust lifters, and then I'm going to clean up this surface, get that prepped, put a rag over it obviously. Then I'm going to put the engine brace over the top and pretty much leave it at that. What's going on, guys? It is a new day. All the work I did yesterday sort of went out the door because when I got home to edit the video, do all of that, I found out that there was no audio for some reason. So everything I did, everything I recorded, well, half of everything I recorded was just mute. And I figured that's kind of boring. You know, it's not really what you're here for. I was talking, I was explaining, and didn't do anything good. So I'll show you what I got done, tell you what I retell you what I was meant to tell you. Engine brace setup. I'm only just using one hook for the rear. That's working perfectly fine. I got the counterbalance shaft tensioners all done. I just put the bolt in for the crank loosely, that way it wouldn't fall off overnight. I still haven't gotten the sump off. That's why I'm lifting the engine up. But all this works good. All this is tightened up well. Tensioner, beautiful. That was a little bit tight. It was 15th too short, but it still works. And that looks really freaking good. Chain works perfectly. Everything's aligned. And I also got all these beautiful rockers in. Pre-lubed everything. Works well. Clearance is all good. All on the proper side. And yeah, they were just... I love seeing new parts. Don't know why. I think it's just a thing that all car guys are really into. So I got all that done, and I wanted to show you guys the damage and the reason why I'm buying a new camshaft. So as you can see straight away, the main one of the two timing chain guides completely snapped in half. The rocker completely gouged out of the head. And there's meant to be two little tangs there. One of them got completely shot out, which you can see. That was meant to sit pretty much like that next to it. And the clip, well, that completely snapped in two. So, as you can see, there's a big crack. And it actually is completely broken. Then we move over to the intake cam. You can actually see the profile of the cam is changed now. So there's a giant step there. I can actually scratch that. So, but it is what it is. And I pulled out all the exhaust lifters to find out that the majority of them are actually on their way out. So I think there were only, I think these two were gone. That was good, that was good, that was good. And then those two were gone, but that one was good. All the intakes were fine, except for I think that one. But yeah, so yeah, pull them out and then the lifter would just squish down completely. Some were rock solid, some weren't. Thankfully we've done this, and thankfully that there isn't any major issue with the engine at the moment. So very, very lucky, very, very happy about that. And yeah, I can't really say much else on it. But other than that, everything I wanted to show you guys and record, it didn't want to work. So I figured I'd tell you about it. And yeah, until the next video, guys, have a good one.